to always estimate expenses. You can't just sit in darkness, without projecting your expenses. Even as an individual, you need to know that in this case here, we have gotten these children. By the time they're hitting 12, 13 years, they shall be in Form 1, for example. By the time they hit this number of years, we expect them to be in the university. So the moment you are able to make such estimates, we shall be able to create good reserves, which we then shall be able to use at that time to give them the very best education. The same is applicable to companies. It will be very important for you to get to see ahead. So we shall start right away with these techniques. And the very first one is what we call the high-low method. So right there, high-low method. Today we are writing quite a lot. High-low method. Yeah, high-low method is the first cost estimation technique from your syllabus. So under high-low method, tell us that this is a technique. This is a technique that is used to derive a linear function of the form, y equals a plus bx. A linear function of the form y equals a plus bx. I'm so sure you guys are used to what you learned in high school. In high school, just the other day, used to say that y equals mx plus what here? Is there somebody who remembers this equation? So you have now graduated. So with the graduation, the very first thing you will have to change is the format of a linear function. For us, our linear function shall be like this. So ladies and gentlemen, this a, of course, is the intercept. The y, they call it the y-intercept, which in this case here will be what I taught you yesterday, which in this case here will be fixed who? Fixed cost, which in this case here will be the fixed cost, because you're dealing with cost estimations. And then B will be the gradient. This B will be the gradient, which will be variable who? Which will be variable cost per unit. Which will be variable cost per unit. Which will be variable cost per unit. Yeah. So you're saying that a high-low method is a technique that is used to derive a linear function of the form y equals a plus bx. So of course, you've been made to understand what a is and what b is. And of course, y and x are our variables. And then most importantly, tell us that the technique uses 2 points only. The technique uses 2 points only. Which are these 2 points? Number one, we have the highest x value point. The highest x value point. The highest x value point. And then the lowest, number two, we have the lowest x value. The lowest x value point. So once you guys are able to write up to here, and you are my online students, can you kindly put your thumbs up like this, like a ninja? Like a ninja who has not gotten their CASNEB results, isn't it? And they're not afraid. Yeah, that's life. You haven't gotten your results, and you are saying, I'm just in class studying. After all, I will be able to do what you have to pass. Yeah, so I'm waiting to see your thumbs up live. I can't see anybody in this case here who is able to put up their thumbs up. I can't see anybody who is able to put their thumbs up. Have you guys, we give our last one just a few minutes in this case here to catch up with us. Let her catch up with us. And the online, I will be patiently waiting to see your thumbs up. I can only see one ninja called Moses Mauti saying, Mwalimu, I'm okay. I've known that this method is basically used to develop a straight line. It uses how many points? 2 points. It uses 2 points. It uses 2 points. The highest x value point and the lowest x value point. And for us to be able to know exactly what you're doing, we must look at an illustration before we look at our past paper questions. So illustration. So illustration, if for example, you're given here X, Y, yeah. So they give you 10, 11, 13, 18, yeah. And maybe 4, yeah. And then here we have in this case here 6, yeah. 13, yeah. 17, 21, and maybe 3, like that, yeah. And then we are told here, we are required to develop a high-low equation, for cost estimation. You develop a high-low equation. 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 So once you guys are able to write, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, great. We develop a high-low equation. So thank you very much. So remember, we want to write what we call a straight line equation. A straight line equation. Let me ask you, great students, a minor question. How many points do you need to be able to derive a straight line equation? How many points? Do I need 3 points? Do I need 4 points? 1 point, 2 points? How many? 2 points. A linear function is well defined by only 2 points, which in this case here we have said are the highest x value and the lowest what here? X value. So if you are told to develop a high-low equation from this kind of data, select those 2 points alone. So the 2 points are here. So remember, it is highest x and lowest what here? So which one is the highest x here? 18, isn't it? 18 is the very highest. And amongst all these points, which one is the lowest? It is this 4, isn't it? But now you don't pick it like you start in this case here looking at whether y is the high. No, we only use highest x value point and lowest x value point. So in that case here, then with this 18, you simply circle. So this is the highest x value point. So this is the highest x value point. And this automatically becomes the lowest. I'm emphasizing that looking at this highest and lowest, we are looking at the x alone. The other one, you automatically circle it like that. So now we have been able to identify those 2 points. And once we identify those 2 points, then everything becomes as easy as a walk in the park. Yeah, you know, walking in the park, it's a leisure walk. It's a leisure walk. It is a leisure walk. So remember, they want us to develop a high-low equation. A high-low equation looks like this. Y equals a plus bx. So we're going to form 2 equations. So these 2 equations, remember the first one is that x equals 18 when y equals who? When y equals who, somebody? 21. Yeah, so please give me equation number 1. So abracadabra, I'm writing these values in the equation. So y is the one that is 21 equals a plus b times x, which is 18, like that. So this is equation number 1. Don't simplify it first. That is equation number 1. We are overcoming. Life is very good. Life is very good. Yeah, 2 points. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So is there somebody who can try setting up equation 2 for me? Remember equation 2, in equation 2, the low point, x is 4 and the y is 3. Can somebody in this case here try writing this equation number 2 out of this second point? Let me give you 1 minute. Let me give you 1 minute. Remember, you are substituting these values in this general equation. In the general equation, do you already have the second equation? Abracadabra, abracadabra. Do we have the second equation, somebody? Do we have the second equation? So the second equation, remember, I'm plugging in this general form. So my y is the one that is 3. 3 equals a plus bx. And x is what here? So b times 4. Equation number what here? 2. So now we can come under, in this case here, therefore, it will be 21 equals a plus 18b. Equation number 1. Equation number 2, it will be 3 equals a plus b4. It cannot be b4. It will be 4b like that. Now from there, our aim is to eliminate a simultaneously. Yeah? So how do you eliminate a? Through subtract? You subtract. So go ahead and subtract. And please, as I finish this question, I would want to, get your attention in terms of you looking for your management accounting past papers. Yeah, I hope you'll be able to get them online. Management accounting past papers, please look for them online. And then once you get them, because after this question, I'm doing a past paper question. You simply go there and type CASNEB past papers, and then you'll be able to go to management accounting. So today I'll be doing management accounting. Yeah, intermediate level questions. Of course, they're the same. They're the same. Yeah, remember, a good teacher must always tackle questions from exam. Yeah, a teacher who does not do questions from the exam, like myself, if I just do these small examples, then automatically I'm a lazy teacher. I'm a lazy teacher. So let's eliminate a. So 21 minus 3 gives me what? 17. 18. Yeah, 18 equals a minus a disappears. That is what I wanted. How about 18 minus 4? 14. So this one here is 14b. So is there somebody who is able to see now the value of b? Anybody who can easily see the value of b? Yeah, it is part of 83, yes. The first 4 topics are word by word similar. I'll be able to separate you later on, not now. Later on is when I'll be able to separate you ninjas. Okay. So they're telling me that Mwalimu now here, we can easily get the value of b because 18 equals 14b. And therefore b will be 18 divided by 14, isn't it? Therefore, b alone will be 18 divided. I know this is an ugly figure, but can you kindly give me 3 decimal places? What is 18 divided by 14? 3 decimal places. 1.2? 86, eh? Is it 86 or 87? The online ninjas are not giving me answers, oh. I will not give them a present today. If they're not talking to me, I won't give them a present today. I won't be giving them a present today. Thank you so much. Then what do you think will I be able to do to get the value of A? What do I do to get the value of A? We substitute, isn't it? We substitute. We'll come and ask ourselves, what is the value of A from equation number 1? So from equation number 1, this is 21 equals A plus 18, boy. And unfortunately, we know the value of boy. The value of boy, ladies and gentlemen, is 1.28 what here? Is 1.286, isn't it? Is 1.286. Meaning, my good students, that this number must come to the other side and it will have to change in terms of sign. Meaning that my A will be 21 minus 18 times 1.286. Then you give me the final answer. Get to give me the final answer. Get to give me the final answer. Get to give me the final answer. Life is good. Life is good. Get to give me the final answer. Therefore, A will be equal to who? Yeah, give me your answer. Even if you get it wrong, so what? Because this paper loves students who like talking. Even if you are talking wrong things, so long as you are a student who keeps on talking, you will pass. That is a MA for you. We have to discuss. I've taught this same paper for over 30 years, not 30, but 24 years, yeah? Around 24 years. And I've never seen a very, very polite student passing. This paper wants you to really be very aggressive in talking wrong things. So somebody's giving me a figure of what here minus? So A is minus 2.148. Thank you so much. And therefore the regression, therefore the equation the equation, now I have y. So now I know the value of a and I know the value of b. So the equation will be y equals a, which is minus 2.148 plus b. B, which is what here? I got the value of b. B, which is 1.286x. So once I get the values of a and b, I replace them to get the equation like that. Any question, my good students? Any question, my good students? Anybody who has a question? Please ask questions. If you haven't understood, don't be afraid. We shall always ask questions. We shall always pinpoint. Whenever mwalimu is too fast, we shall never fear. We shall always tell the teacher the truth. So that is illustration number one that I've been able to do from the very beginning to the very end. So can I give you now your own question you try? Can I give you your own question you try? Yeah. So now I'm giving you your own question you try. Your own question you try. And this is your question. So in this case here, we have y and we have x like that. This is your question. 6, 8, 9, 9. No. 19. Then we have in this case here, 4, 3, 8, 11. So you're given something like this. And then you are required to develop a high-low equation. Not many students will be able to get this right. Not many students will be able to get this right. You develop a high-low equation. You develop a high-low equation. Develop a high-low equation. All right. Hi. Good. Tumechelewa kidogo, eh? Yeah, we shall overcome. All right. So develop a high-low equation. A high-low equation. A high-low equation. Develop a high-low equation. So can I assist you, great students of mine, to do this? Maybe you could tell our sister here, what size of her? Yeah, I think half a page or something. Let me help you first. You guys are making very great steps, but many of them, but I'm so sure you are wrong. You are wrong. Can we bet? We bet how much? If you are wrong, you give me 10,000. And if you're okay. Now, the highest X value is which one here, somebody? 11. This one, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether this is the highest. So in this case here, I will simply come under. Is that what you guys did? Oh, how about the lowest? 3. And then you pick it. It doesn't matter whether this 8 is, so you pick it as a point, isn't it? Because it's highest. So I wish you had bet I bet with me, isn't it? You'd have won, eh? You'd have won. Now you see you've lost. So this is high X value, and this is low X value. So go ahead and form our general equation is y equals a plus bx. So we needed 2 points to be able to come up with 2 equations. So the 2 equations, what do we have here? We start with the higher one. So remember the higher one, x is what here, somebody? 11, and y is 19. So here I'm starting with y, which is 19 equals a plus b times x, which is 11. Oh, yeah. Equation number 1. Equation number 2, now with the low, I can see y is 8 equals a plus b times, in this case here, 3. Yeah. So then you go ahead and simplify this. So this will be 19 equals a plus 11b, equation 1. 8 equals a plus 3b, equation number 2. So 19 minus 8, ladies and gentlemen, is giving us 11. So this disappears. 11 minus 3 gives me 8b, isn't it? 8b. And therefore b will be 11 over 8. Is there somebody who was able to get this answer? Itakuja ngapi? 1.375. So now that you guys are experts, once you have gotten the value of b, you can easily get the value of a from equation what here? 1. So from equation 1, what do we have here? We have 19 equals a plus 11, boy. And the boy is the one who is like that. So 19 will be equal to a plus, or rather, instead of saying plus, you can simply come and make a the subject. It will be 19 minus 11 times 1.375, which will end up giving us what figure? 10.3.875. Iko mmoja hapa amepata wrong, amenyoroshwa. Iko mmoja hapa, lakini uzuri wa management accounting, the more the wrong answers you have in our class discussions, the higher the chances that you will be able to pass. Yeah, in this case here, Moses happened wrong, but I appreciate the fact that you have taken a step of faith to give us a suggested answer. And I'm so sure you'll be able to learn. So once you get those answers, get ahead. Don't forget that this examiner wanted you to write the equation y equals a plus bx. Y equals a plus bx. So our a, already we have an answer. So this will be y equals a 3.875 plus b. B, which is 1.375, what there? X like that. Is that okay? And you were able to get this without my intervention. So Moses, have you been able to see where you went wrong? Moses, have you been able to see where you went wrong? Abracadabra. Moses, have you been able to see where you went wrong? Moses, have you been able to see where you went wrong? Or do you have a question? Thank you so much, Moses. You've learned more than any other person. Thank you so much. So are we okay? Or can I give you one more question you try on your own? And now this one, be serious. We need to bet. We need now to bet. Is there anybody who is willing to bet with Mwalimu? Then tell me how much are you willing to stake? Let me give you this one. So we have here X, we have here Y. So we have here 10, 12, 13, 10, 13. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have here 6, 8, 2, 4, in this case here 15, like that. And then you are required to develop high-low. You know, at times you'll get an examiner who hates you for nothing. An examiner wants to see you failing, imagine. So they'll set this kind of a question for you. If you get an examiner who hates you for nothing, he'll set this kind of a question. A sadist of an examiner will give you this kind of a question. And not many students will be able to develop the high-low equation. Not many students will be able to develop the high-low equation. Not many students will be able to develop this high-low equation. Not many. Not many students will be able to develop this high-low equation. Are you accepting defeat? Yeah, one man down, where man, of course, stands for both gender. Are you accepting defeat as well? Another one down, So I have only 3 people standing. How about the online students? Have you also accepted defeat? I can see in this case here, one telling me, no, just give us time. But I can only give you more time if you are able to identify the highest X value. When I look at the highest X value, there are 2 13s. So what should I do? Cry in an exam? Because there are 2 of them. But you see now when there are 2, then you see now I have 2 of them. I have 13 and what here, somebody? These are the 13. So now between the 2, Y now becomes a decisive factor. So you know I'm looking for the very highest. So will the very highest be 13 with a 2 or 13 with a 15? Because this is 13 with a 2 and these are 13 with a 15. So between the 2, which one will you consider a higher point? 13 with a 15, isn't it? So then this becomes the highest. I've been able, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here to unravel that mystery. But how about the lowest now? Please talk to me. Talk to me. The low, I can see so many online students who are really giving me an answer there. So the low, there are 2 values there of X which are low. 2 values of X which are low. 2 X values which are low. So should I take the very lowest to be 10 with 6 or 10 with 4? 10 with 4. These 2 girls haven't yet spoken to me. These 2 daughters of mine haven't yet spoken to me. But you see, here we have 10 with a 4, and then we have 10 with a 6, really, because we're looking at the very lowest, then 10 with a 4 carries the day. So it is this 10 with a 4, this one here. So then in this case here, we have a highest in the form of XY. So highest will be X is 13, this is 15, and then lowest, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, lowest will be 10 with a 4. 10 with a 4. And then you remember very well that you want to do an equation of Y being equal to A plus what here? A plus BX. Y being equal to A plus who? A plus BX. Y equals A plus BX, like that. Now from there, you can form your 2 equations comfortably. You can form your 2 equations comfortably. You can now form your 2 equations very, very comfortably. So abracadabra, I start with this Y of the highest. Y is 15 equals A plus BX. So BX is 13. So then this will be B times 13, which is 13, boy. I can't have an R without a boy, eh? Yeah. Equation number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have Y is 4, which will be A plus 10, boy. So subtract in this case here for you to be able to eliminate A. So you subtract 15 minus 4 gives us what figure? 11. 11 equals, this goes, 13 minus 10 gives me 3, boy. And therefore, boy, will end up being equal to 11 divided by 3. 11 divided by 3, which will give me what figure, my good students? So I have a ninja online telling me that this boy is supposed to be 3.667. This boy is supposed to be 3.667. Is that correct? Thank you so much. So then, having gotten boy, are you able to get the R? The R now is the girl. The R. You simply substitute, isn't it? You simply substitute. You simply get to substitute. You simply get to substitute. So the examiner should not be able to joke with you. In this regard, your examiner should be able to know that you had a very strong teacher teaching you this great paper called Management Accounting. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, from equation 1, so our equation 1 will be 15 equals R, plus 13 times 3.667 like that. So then R will be 15 minus 13 times 3.667 like that. Therefore, R will be negative figure, right? Negative figure. Of course, I is supposed to be a fixed cost, and fixed cost can never be negative. I'm just using these examples for purposes of enlightenment, for purpose of you understanding how we derive these equations before we look at our past papers. So then, ladies and gentlemen, are you able to give me the value of A? Negative 32.67. Thank you so much. And therefore, don't forget our equation is y equals a plus bx. So y will be minus 32.671 plus b, which happens to be 3.667, x like that. You double underline like that. So instead of us going to our past papers to only do one thing called the high-low equation, I suggest that we go ahead and tackle what we call regression analysis. When we go to our past papers, we shall be able to get just one exhaustive question covering the two concepts. With your permission, I will be able to go to the second method known as regression analysis. Regression analysis. Regression analysis. Remember, this is the most beautiful subject in CPA. This is that subject. If you happen to fail in it, you have a problem. You have a problem. Perhaps you chose and got into a wrong course. Maybe you should have become a nurse. Yeah. So regression, number 2, regression analysis. Regression analysis. So your regression analysis, we only consider what we call one variable equations. We only consider linear functions. So in this case here, tell us there that regression analysis is used. Regression analysis is used to ascertain, linear functions. Linear functions is used to ascertain linear functions of the form. Linear functions of the form y equals a plus who? Y equals a plus bx. So it is a model that is used to ascertain or develop linear functions of the form y equals a plus who? Bx, like that. Y equals a plus bx. Yeah, it gives us the methodology. It gives the methodology of deriving full colon A, the y-intercept, and the B, the gradient, and the B, the gradient, like that. And the B, the gradient. And then you come, ladies and gentlemen, here and write the formula. The formulae, because there are two of them. The formulae to be able to get the value of B using regression analysis. This is normally what we do. To use regression analysis to get B, we take n summations of xy minus summation of x, summation of y, all over n summations of x squared minus summation of x squared. I know you have seen this bad, the one with spectacles, but just first of all, copy down. Don't fear it at all. If at my age I'm able to cram it and you guys are much younger than me, you'll do it much better. And this formula will not be given in an exam. You just have to recall it the way it is. So you must cram it today. So B equals n summations of xy minus summations of x, summations of y. Yes, George. I will be able to do that. Please go back to your class. Yeah. So in this case here, B equals n summations of xy minus summations of x, summations of y, all over n summations of x squared minus into brackets, yes, summations over x downward s squared. How about A? To get A, we normally take summations of y minus B, summations of x, and then everything you divide by n like that. You divide everything by n. You divide everything by n. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me very well. Then I will be able to give you an example just to make sure that we are able to have this concretized in our memories, in our young memories. So if you're given an example like this, y, x and y. So given here 3, 2, 8, 4, whatever, 9. Maybe you're given here like 5, 4, yeah, 9, 2, and maybe in this case here 11 like that. And then we are required to develop not a high-low, but a regression equation. They want us to develop a regression equation. Once you write this, are you able to put your thumbs up like this, like this, like this? So even the virtual, those guys who are following me virtually, of course, I know you are doing a very, very good job. Yeah, but you see virtual classes at times, of course, I know they are very serious, but at times you can easily get a student who is not very, very serious. Yeah, like there's one time a student, actually it was a Friday evening like today, and in this case, yeah, student, I think by mistake, they were able to put on their camera, and this guy was drinking whiskey. Yeah, so how can you really follow this kind of a class when you're drinking whiskey? It means that you're not serious. Yeah, so you assume like you are in a real life class. When I say you smile, you smile. Yeah. When I say you do this, you move to A, you move to A. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, then, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I expect you to be able to do. First of all, you have to introduce 2 extra columns. So these columns will be able to take care of this and this, eh? So you introduce a column of x, y, and then you introduce a column of what there? X squared. You introduce a column of x, y, and a column of x squared. So then xy means that we are multiplying, right? So you come and multiply this for us. 3 times 5 is 15.